Good morning, ladies. Welcome to your heartfulness meditation and pranayama this morning on Friday, January the 16th. And I had actually mentioned so I'm doing what started off to be a challenge for myself to do a daily audio for 365 days. Good morning, Doris. And then I decided, actually, for a little bit of kind of peer pressure, right? If I'm going to do this challenge for myself in terms of an audio, that feeling of sharing and also being kind of accountable, right? That gives you a little bit of a boost. So we are on day 16 of 365 days. So I'm just going to give a little shout out there. Hi, Vicky. Thank you. Nancy, Sandra. So I'm going to put a link on this page for the 365 days Power and Purpose Challenge. And again, we're on day 16. You can join in at any time at all. So yeah, well, I'm getting lots of thank you for my shirt. And yeah, so I'm going to put that out there again. Love you to join in. Have a look through there. You don't, when you click on the link, it doesn't mean you're joining in. You can have a look and see what it's all about. Good morning, Tracy. I'm going to say this is spectacular right here for a moment. I'm just watching. So I'm watching the blue light behind me, and what I'm thinking. Don't be shy. If you're settling in with me right now and you have the opportunity, thank you, Tracy. You have the opportunity to go outside for just 20 seconds. You're close by the door. You are, thanks. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Yay. Power and purpose people. Thank you so much. So, but if you have a moment, for just like 20 seconds, you are by the door, you can take me with you, just open the door, look outside, the blue light right here, and this is where I am, right? Of course it depends, what's going on in Strathroy and what's going on there. You are from all over the place this morning. Thank you, Doris. Good morning, Mom. I am so excited to see these comments. I can't even tell you. So just that I can see the comments, and then of course I am loving the comments. So, but I do, again, that blue light behind me is astounding this morning. Blue light, first thing in the morning, okay, close to sunrise, sets our circadian rhythm for the day. It affects our sleep, right? Because it's the biggest, one of the biggest impacts actually on our melatonin, on our mood, on our eye health. So if you Google or search up with AI, blue light, and it's not the blue light, of course, from our devices and all of that. It is the waves of light in the morning that without sunglasses and if the sun's out, we're not looking directly at the sun, we're looking at the blueness. We're looking at the blue. And you open your eyes, you look up at the sky, you take in the air for as little as 20 seconds. Now, it can be, some of the recommendations are 2 minutes to 10 minutes. Of course, it really depends. It's very cold out this morning. So, as I'm introducing today, our session together today, again, feel free to have a peek outside. Just look at the blue. It's actually blue and pink this morning. And notice how that makes you feel. Yes, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Thank you, Tracy, from where Tracy is as well. So when we are actually looking at the sunrise and the sky, and so much, of course, of what we're doing is this connection, this coherence. And it's just remarkable, actually. So at some point, even if it's not today, just keeping that in mind, it's one of the, let's say, habits that are highly recommended for our sleep and for our eye health. So for today, also just wanted to give a little shout out for the podcast that's coming tomorrow. So last week, beautiful in Orleans as well. Thank you, Suzanne. Yes, I love this. We are all over. So with the podcast, the Habit Thrive podcast for tomorrow, we are exploring habits that might be kind of making us feel a little unsteady in this unsteady world. Last week, the Habit Thrive podcast spoke to noticing and being aware of the habits that are really grounding you right now, and actually stepping outside in the morning and bringing in that blue light takes, again, a couple of minutes, hugely grounding. So noticing what's happening on the other side, though, sometimes with some of the habits that might be unsteadying you, okay? And then the week after that, we're going to bring this all together. So that's with the Habit Thrive. And again, excuse me, if you have any questions around the Power and Purpose link, feel free to reach out to me. And thank you again for all of you who shared your comments there. One last piece before we get going, and this is a shout out to Suzanne Mongrain-Smith, who brought to my attention and a group of us our attention the monks who are walking for peace. It is an amazing process to be watching right now, to be following. And again, so many people following them, going to where they are, and that is heart coherence. That is global coherence. That is connecting us. And so I think that is amazing. So thank you, Suzanne, for sharing that. And good morning, Isabel. It's lovely to see you this morning too. As we're coming in to our meditation, and we're moving from belly to, this is diaphragm, this is solar plexus. What I'm inviting you to do from our session last week is to let things arise for you. Sometimes, again, when we do a practice once, we're very much on the how-to. Good morning, Gail. Very much on the how do I do this, and am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to be at my heart? Where are my hands supposed to be? And that's the importance, again, of doing a practice, the repetition over and over again, so that we can relax into it and new things arise, new colors, new awareness. And so this morning, as we move through, and you can also, again, last week, you can go back to last week's as well, but we're going from belly breathing to diaphragm breathing to heart. We're connecting all of it. And to notice the physicality of your body. So how does it feel in the abdomen? How does it feel around the diaphragm? How does your heart feel? Fascia, muscle, skin, temperature, movement, shifting. What's happening here? And then what's happening here? What's happening in our mind? What's happening in our thoughts? And I do want to mention as well, it said in the audio this morning, all of a sudden the word heartfulness, this is in the Power and Purpose, heartfulness came up. And I thought for a moment, I can get a little bit, hold on just for a moment, actually. I'm going to grab my water, everybody. So as I do that, just do a little sway side to side, a little stretch. Here we go. There. All right. I should always have, that's the other, right? Habits that steady us is always having your water close by. So as we move through, we notice what thoughts are coming up. We recognize them. We might label them, okay? And then we let them go and come back to the physicality of the place in our body. Now, thoughts are going to come up. Sensations, sometimes tingling, again, sometimes that sensation of warm or cold, sometimes little vibrations. So those are sensations. Sometimes you can feel the shifting. When we get up, and it doesn't have to be just around the heart, up here, we are going to feel possibly as well, and hopefully, emotions, right? And we can also suggest to our heart that we focus on emotions of appreciation, gratitude, thankfulness, care, compassion, kindness. And so as we start off, I'm going to settle in, finding a comfortable position. Eyes can be closed, eyes can be open. And just tuning in to your breath, the way your breath is right here, right now. And then we're going to rest one hand or both hands and around the belly button. And just also noticing as you're doing this, and feeling, and you could be laying down, just feeling a light weight. You're not pushing in, you're not pressing in. Your shoulders are relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. And I'm going to leave you with this for a moment or two as I grab jammers. But feeling the physical aspect of how, whatever you name, it's abdomen, it's belly, it's stomach, it's gut. We talk about our intuition in our gut. So whatever word, okay, and then you feel the movement. Feel as you pay attention to your breath, even just a little bit longer. Perhaps you're starting to feel the drawing of the skin, the fascia, the muscles, right? Being drawn into your hand as you inhale. And then as you exhale, a softening, a sinking. Again, just feeling that, noticing. Now, when your attention leaves the physical feeling in your stomach, in your abdomen, and it goes to thinking about the process, right? Just notice. Just thank you for that extra message, right? It could be, geez, I'm hungry, or it could be a sensation. And then you come back and you feel the movement and you feel your breath. So we're going back and forth between, again, the physical body, the mind, our thoughts, just for one more minute. And then as you shift from your stomach, your abdomen, that feeling here, and this is really helpful to cup your hand, and it just nestles in, right? Just at the bottom of your sternum. It just nestles in there in that cup. And then if it feels good to close your eyes. Feeling the skin. Right, the movement around here, around this area. And it's really interesting how it happens. And this is in the area of our diaphragm. Is it's almost like your hand ends up being a suction cup. And for me, I feel like this area, it just after a few breaths, starts to get drawn into my hand. Again, like it's drawing and expanding and widening. And this is, again, some of us, this is where we feel. And when we start to get closer up from the gut, right? Intuition, emotions, thoughts. Some of us feel more activity around the diaphragm. And then it's just beautiful, the physical movement of what we're doing to relax and create space around these areas of our body, that tightness that can happen in the diaphragm, the tightness that can happen back to the mid-back. When we breathe and soften, and just invite everything that can come in then and around this area. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it just floods in with thoughts, and sometimes judgment, analysis, right? What's going on? Sometimes there's just a big feeling that pops in, flows in, percolates up. So your diaphragm is like a pump as well, like your heart. Your diaphragm pushes down and presses up like a hydraulic pump, actually. And it comes up and it squeezes your heart, gives your heart a little massage. So you might notice that you're going from your head, right, and maybe your heart, and then back to the physical feeling. Sometimes I just do a little tap too to go, okay, come back here. And with a feeling of gratitude, this is such an area that when it's open and things flow, gorgeous. As we take our attention up to our heart. And again, when you're practicing this on your own, you can spend as much time as you want in each area. And as you bring your hand up to the center of your chest, feeling again the air moving in and moving out. And although the air again is coming in through our nose and out through our nose or mouth, we can visualize as we move through that, our belly is breathing, our diaphragm, of course, is absolutely breathing, and our heart is breathing. Now we can breathe with our heart. We can maybe feel that expansion on the inhalation and that softening on the exhalation. And then the physicality of this again, the softness that happens around the chest, the throat, the jaw, the shoulder. The physical sensations of letting go. And then sometimes noticing that in this area, again, emotions may just start to come up. Just having your hand on your heart and feeling that softness. Gratitude and appreciation come up. And sometimes, and we can generate it, we can cultivate it by thinking of a particular person, a particular place, an animal. And we can just notice going from our head to our heart. We start to smooth out those waves. We come into heart coherence, where the connection from our heart to our brain smooths out. And as you release from here, perhaps let your hands rest down on your lap. And just tune into the connection again between our belly to our diaphragm, to our heart, to what's going on the outside, what's going on in the inside. What's going on between the connections to our brain? Are there any sensations of and feeling very present? Feeling very in your body. Just noticing. And know that all of us right now doing this together, our nervous systems are connecting. And when you slowly start to open your eyes, flutter them open. Starting to stretch and to move a little bit. Roll your shoulders, stretch your legs out if your legs are crossed. And even taking that moment, the light has changed quite dramatically, but it's still going to be helpful to go outside for a few minutes. If that works for you. And over the course of the next few days when you remember. And put it actually in your habit tracker as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining in today. Again, a couple of things to follow, a couple of things to play with. over the next little while. And as we bring this session together to a close, taking our hands heart center. Namaste is the light in me, sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.